During the COVID scam of 2020 to 2021, supporters of the hogwash would easily spew random claims or statistics in a way that would make them sound intelligent, like they did all of this statistical research themselves. That's the nice thing about statistics. Most of the time, they're pulled right out of somebody's ass the moment they need them. They can be skewed to say whatever point that you're trying to make. You can make your information sound better to the masses by quoting a fancy study or saying that a poll was conducted. And then, after hearing all of these numbers in conversation with others, I would reply with a basic question, such as, why do I need to get a dangerous jab to protect you if you already got one? Doesn't yours work? And then the COVIDians would just have a tantrum, shut down the would-be conversation, and then storm off. Or just ignore me if it was an email. Never any explanations, straightforwardness, critical thinking, or science behind anything. The problem originates from the fact that they only talk behind the confines of their safe little echo chamber. But when it comes time for them to put all of that knowledge into conversation with somebody with an opposing view, like myself, they don't respond in your attempts to open up conversation. They duck and hide. I'm specifically talking about guys like Matt Dillahunty, Aaron Ra, Forrest Volkai, those hard-hitting, radical left, science-worshipping authoritarians. People who have a channel and a base of followers, but they don't change anybody's minds who don't fall for their wacko ideologies when it comes to stuff like transgenderism, COVID, and politics. They appeal to their own fan base that will go along with whatever they say, and then in return, their fans will give back to them by supporting their Patreon, because they live off of saying things that their base likes and agrees with. We see that all the time today with these podcasters and YouTubers. However, if they refuse to talk with or be challenged by people with differing views, like myself, then they're never going to get me to change my mind about anything. I throw Professor Dave into that group as well because he's very passionate and confident about the positive claims that he makes regarding vaccines. He poses as a science expert and has a YouTube channel named Professor Dave Explains. I reached out to him in the past and he responded to one of my emails, but he didn't address my issue at hand. To sum it up, he was very brief, got impatient, and then threatened to block me if I said anything that didn't align 100% with his belief system. More recently, I tried to reach out to him again at the same email address. I did not accuse him of being wrong about anything or that I disagreed with him about anything. I just questioned him on the thing that he seems to be most passionate about, and that is his promotion of these vaccines. I challenged him to a conversation with me, either publicly or privately, his choice. He simply ignored me. I'm guessing that he felt that I would be a threat to his reputation and his agenda. Nevertheless, here are my 8 questions for Professor Dave that nobody else has been willing or able to answer for me. There are more, but I'll keep it brief for this video, and I'll keep it in past tense since the era of COVID seems to be in the past. Number 1. In every endeavor in life, we know that nothing of value is free. No other types of medicine have ever been given away for free to treat actual problems such as back pain, colds, flu, cancer, and other illnesses. If the vaccine was such a good thing and effective and it saved countless lives, like he said, then why was it not only free, but forced upon the population and bribed? Number 2. If the vaccine worked, then why were people still wearing masks after getting it? Didn't it work? If it worked, then why were boosters needed? If it didn't work, then why keep on getting it? How many jabs were needed in one's body in order to make it work? Why was this jab considered to be a good thing after all of the health problems, divisiveness, controversy, and damage that it did to society? Number 3. Remember when people said that I would go home and kill grandma because I didn't get the vaccine or self-suffocate behind a mask? How many family members and people in general did I end up killing by not getting a jab and staying a pure blood? And if you give me any number greater than 0, who exactly did I kill? And do you have any evidence for that? Number 4. Remember when you said that vaccines have saved millions of lives? Well, can you give me one specific example of this? Whose life was saved, and how can we know that and not just assume that? Number 5, Professor Dave. Where did you get the idea that you could start giving all of us medical advice, such as telling me to get the jab was in my best interest, when you're not even a doctor, not a professor of anything, and you've never conducted an individualized assessment on me? Number 6, why did the COVID freaks like Professor Dave never explain what they meant when they kept saying, "Trust the science"? What was the science, and why did it keep changing all the time? Number 7, why was using our brains, digging deeper, and asking the tough questions not convenient for the narrative being pushed? For example, just shut up and do what you're told. Wear the mask. Get the jab. Why did science turn into authoritarian orders? Was there something else at stake here? Number 8, what day and year did we reach herd immunity? Was it November of 2021? Was it January of 2022? Was herd immunity just a fleeting concept? I don't know. We never heard the end of it. We never had closure to that herd immunity thing. All right, so there you have it. Those are my 8 vaccine questions that have never been answered by the science and vaccine experts, and they probably never will. I'm sure many of you have been wanting to ask the same things. I'll come out with the rest of my unanswered COVID questions in part 2 later, so stay tuned for that. Until then, signing off.